Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to My Yoga Time. Today's yoga class is all about your gut health. So yoga is 90% waste removal. We do that through stimulating our digestion, through sweating, and also through the exhalation. We purge through the breath. Recent research, and when I say recent, I mean in the last 6 years or so, has discovered that when we lose weight, we actually metabolize that weight loss through the breath, through the exhalation, through the carbon dioxide. So today's class is focusing on specific yoga postures to stimulate that digestion, coupled with our mindful breathing, our pranayama. And in particular, we'll be practicing at times Vishuddha, which is uneven breath. So we'll be looking for that longer exhalation to really help detoxify and cleanse the body. And at times we'll be practicing certain bandhas. So bandhas are gentle muscular locks around the body, and the ones we'll focus on today, of course, will stimulate that digestion. And if the urge arises in a pose to take a mudra, we'll take a palm mudra today. So connecting the very tip of the ring and middle finger to the tips of the thumbs, a palm mudra is said to be very therapeutic for our detoxification. So when you're ready, I've got one block handy. If you don't have a block, grab yourself a really thick book or rolled up towel, and we're going to begin on our backs. So we're going to begin in one of my favorite postures, your supported bridge pose. So those knees are bent. Gently lift the hips and place your prop underneath your bottom. So option one, you might take the flat side, or maybe you can turn that up a little higher to the second height. Just gently tuck those shoulders under, or let the palms face the ceiling. And I'll encourage you to take a palm mudra, connecting the very tip of the ring and middle finger to the tip of the thumb. And so throughout this class, we'll practice Ujjayi breath. That's where we need to find a gentle tone through the back of your throat. And if you're not quite sure about that sensation, take a few out breaths through the mouth and make a ha sound. And as you ha out your breath, notice which muscles you're gently engaging in the back of your throat. So we want to keep a slight tone around these muscles while breathing in and out now through the nose. Begin that gentle belly breath. Feel the navel rise and expand as you inhale. And a moment to pause before you exhale. So this is a wonderful pose to stimulate digestion through lengthening the colon. Also offers nice relief for a tight lower back, and also therapeutic for your respiratory function. So we're not changing the breath too much in this position. Just looking to gently deepen the breath and find a little pause before each and every exhalation. And let's prepare to release the pose now. Before you do so, squeeze those heels in towards each other just a little, then lift the heels and the hips, remove your block, and lower down one vertebrae at a time. When you touch down to the mat, cup the hands over the knees, arms as straight as you inhale, and simply bend the elbows as you exhale. So this is a lovely counter stretch for the spine. And also when we draw those knees in towards the chest, is known as the wind relieving pose in yoga. So if you feel a little movement, welcome it and let go. So if you need longer here, please take it. If you have the urge to hold those knees in towards the chest, maybe even a little rock from side to side, feel free. And when you're ready for the next pose, we'll straighten the right leg and just place that ankle on the knee. So any concerns with knees and hips, you might choose to stay here. If it's available for you, we'll take a hold of that left leg. Just a few breaths here into the outer hip and the lower back. Again, feel free to rock side to side or move in and out a few times if that feels good. And then we'll lower that left foot to the floor. Take a hold of the right leg. A little resistance here between the hands and the thigh. So gently push the leg into the hands, pull the hands into the leg. And you might even like to point and flex that foot a few times. Well done, yogis. Move the hips just a little to the right. We're going to take a twist now. Straighten your left leg. Reach for your prop. And take that right knee over to the left. So we just want that leg to rest gently on the prop. Try to relax around the outer hips, the buttocks, the lower back. Option to take your mudra through the hands once again. And here we'll begin to practice Vishramavriti. So we'll inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6, and hold for 2. When you inhale, allow the navel to expand. And when you exhale, gently draw in towards your spine. And if you're straining through the breath at all with this count, just ignore it. Find your own count as long as you have that longer exhalation. So when you're ready, let's breathe out together. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 1, 2, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 1, 2. Just a few more breaths here, yogis. Feel free to stay exactly as you are. Or option 2, only if it's available for you, start to bend that left leg and take a hold of that foot. So you'll be experiencing here a little back bend with a twist. And that gentle lengthening through that left thigh, through the quad there, is also therapeutic for your stomach meridian. And your next exhalation, release that foot if you haven't. We're going to prop ourselves up over onto the left side now, straightening both legs. Just a brief side sphinx. So you might come up onto those forearms or maybe a little higher onto the palms. Legs are straight. And just see if you can look over that shoulder. And let's lower down. Returning to your back, taking that reclined pigeon, left leg now, option to stay as you are, or if you can, take a hold of that right leg. Welcome a little movement here. And when you're ready, taking that brief hamstring stretch, feel free to move the foot with the breath. And then coming into our twist. Hips move just a little to the left. Taking your block over to the right. Gently begin to deepen the breath to deepen your twist. Now count your breath, same as before. Let's breathe out together. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding, 1, 2, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding, 1, 2, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding, 1, 2, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding, 1, 2. Again, feel free to stay as you are, yogis, or if it's available for you, taking that quad stretch, bend your right knee, take a hold of the foot. And if you can't get there, or if there's any niggling in your lower back, just let the foot go and enjoy that cleansing twist. And your next exhalation, release the foot if you have it. Let's roll onto the right side, taking that side supported sphinx pose now, either on the forearms or pressing up to the palms, looking over your shoulder. And let's come all the way up now. So from here, moving into a child's pose, keep your block close by, taking a wide-legged child's pose to begin with. So big toes to touch, knees nice and wide, sink the bottom back. Reach those arms out in front. And we'll inhale, lift the heart, take a little side bend, walk the hands over to your left, keep the right arm straight, a little bend in the left elbow is fine. A little lift through that right armpit. Breathing down the right side of the body. And let's lift up, walking hands all the way over to the right side now. Again, little lift in that left armpit just to help lengthen that side body. And let's come back to center. Coming up onto all fours just briefly, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, curl those toes under, inhale into your back bend, exhale to round the spine. Keep moving with your breath. Well done. And from here, with those knees touching now, we'll sink back into another child's pose. Option to use your block here. So we're going to take a twist. Of course, if there's any pain in your knees here, just give this pose a miss and jump ahead to the next position. So taking a twist, your hands again over to the right. Now, you have the option to place your block or your book down and take the elbow there, hands coming into prayer. Or if it's available for you, you can bring that elbow all the way down to the mat. And let's release, bring those hands back down. Come back to center. Inhale, and then exhale over to the right side. Check the quality of your breath. The quality of your breath determines the quality of your practice. And let's come back to center, returning to your tabletop position. So in just a moment, we're going to lift those hips up into a downward facing dog, and there we'll be practicing our 3 spinal bandhas. So if you've not long eaten, give this a miss. This is only to be practiced on an empty stomach. And again, be sure that you're not straining through the body or through the breath. If you are, you've gone too far. So in this downward facing dog, we're going to breathe out through the mouth. Exhale the breath, and then you're going to engage Mula Bandha, so your tone at your base around the genitals. Ladies can lift pelvic floor. Then you'll slightly tuck in your chin for Jalandhara Bandha. And once your chin lock and root lock's engaged, you'll gently draw the navel up and in towards the spine. Hold that for as long as is comfortable, and then when you need to inhale, just see if you can sip the inhalation, because naturally the breath will want to rush in, so just try and slow that down. So when you're ready, I'll talk you through it. Let's curl those toes under. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale to round. Lift those hips up and back. And gently press your chest towards your thighs. Try and squeeze the heels of the palms in towards one another. Now let's all inhale. Har out the breath. Engage Mula Bandha. Gently tuck in your chin. And then draw navel up and in towards the spine. When you need to inhale, do so slowly. Just sip the inhalation. Return to your natural breath. Next exhalation, lower those knees to the mat. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale to round, and with that rounded spine, lift your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Let's do one more round. Exhale, knees to the mat. Inhaling. Exhaling. And hold your downward facing dog this time. Option to practice your bandhas once again. Let's inhale through the nose. Har out the breath. Engage Mula Bandha. Engage Jalandhara Bandha, your chin lock. And then Uddiyana Bandha, navel up and in towards the spine. Gently inhale when you need to. And one more flow with the breath. Exhale, knees to the mat. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale to round. Lifting up again into your downward facing dog. And this time we'll walk the hands back towards the feet. So option to hang here in your ragdoll position, feet are hip width apart. You can collect opposite elbows with the hands. Or if your hips and knees permit, we'll take a yogi squat. So you turn the toes out, heels are in a little, and start to bend those knees. Mindfully drop the bottom down. Of course, if you need to like this pose, grab your block and sit on the block. We're going to push the elbows into the knees, knees into the elbows. Draw the shoulders down. So a wonderful pose to stimulate digestion, elimination. And for many people in the Western part of the world, squatting's not always that easy. But it's something that I encourage you to try and practice every day if your knees and hips permit. And let's return to our forward fold. Walk those hands forward into your downward facing dog once again. And then lower those knees to the mat. Bring the feet out from underneath you. So from here, we'll bend our right leg, coming into our head to knee pose. So a little bit of pressure between the sole of the foot and the thigh, just to help with your foundation. If your back's overly tight, if your hamstrings are tight, bend this left knee. You might even like to place your prop underneath. We'll bring the arms up. As you exhale, coming down just as far as you comfortably can. And then as you inhale, return to center. Exhaling down. Inhaling back up. We'll be staying down this time now, so just landing wherever you are. Maybe the hands will hold onto the calf, the ankle, or maybe the foot. Doesn't matter if you can't reach the foot. If there's any discomfort in your back, bend this knee. Look to bring the belly to meet the thighs. So some of you might need to bend a little more than others. And while you're here, just focusing the breath in the back now, as we gently compress those digestive organs. Feel as though you're puffing out the back with the breath. And let's see if we can practice Vishumavriti here once again. Same count as before, breathing out together. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 1, 2, one more breath, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 1, 2. Strong in the core. Inhale, come back up to center. We'll lower those hands down, lift up the right knee, cross the right leg over the left leg now. So we're going to take a twist, a closed twist first. So you'll twist to your right. Try and have a little bit of resistance between the outer right ankle and the outer left leg. Either hold onto that knee or hook the elbow if you can, maybe taking your mudra. Right palm pressing down and away. And as you inhale, feel the navel expand, even though the torso is twisted. And as you exhale, engage Mula Bandha, tone around your base. And let's return to center, moving into an open twist now, left hand behind you, sitting only on the left leg. So right buttock will lift up off the mat, push the arm into the leg, leg into the arm, looking over your shoulder. And let's release. So we'll do that sequence on the other side, bending your left leg. Again, a little bit of resistance between the foot and the thigh. Option to bend that right knee if you need to. Arms are coming up. Let's exhale and fold. Inhale to lift. And staying down now. Breathing into the back side of the body. Let's breathe out together. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 1, 2, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding 1, 2. Let's inhale our way back up. Well done. Lifting up this knee. Taking our closed twist first. Find that little bit of resistance. Hold onto the knee or hook your elbow. And just notice when you exhale with Mula Bandha, when you tone around the base, it's a far more efficient exhalation. So inhale, be soft, let the navel expand and the breath descend. And then pause, engage at your base. Keep that switched on as you exhale. And moving into our open twist now, sitting only on the right leg. Lift left buttock off the mat. And let's return back to center. So we'll recline onto our back once again now, yogis. When you're ready, rolling down. So yogis, if you have any concerns with your neck or your upper body, you're going to skip the next pose. Just lay in shavasana, take your mudra. You can still practice the breathing technique. Otherwise, we'll come into our fish pose. Placing the hands underneath the bottom, palms are facing down. You're active through the legs. Pull your elbows in almost as though they're trying to get underneath your ribs. Shoulders should crowd the ears. Then bend the elbows. Lift the upper body off the mat. Gently drop the head back. Now there's no weight in the crown of my head. It's all in my arms. Here we'll practice our lion's breath. So you can do that whether you're in shavasana or fish pose. You'll inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, stick out the tongue and har out the breath. Gently press into the arms, tuck in the chin and release the pose. Coming into shavasana, finding your mudra, tucking the shoulders under. So there's no control over the breath here, just be. And when you're ready, inhale a little deeper. Begin to swallow if the mouth is dry. Wiggle toes and fingers. Feel free to stretch if those urges arise. When you're ready, rolling to your preferred side. And then pushing up to seated. Thank you, yogis, for practicing with me today. I hope that you enjoyed that practice. It was a little strong at times, so please do revisit the class and just progress at your own pace with ease. Remember, your breath is your barometer. If you can't breathe or if you're straining, then you've gone too far. And throughout your day as well, I encourage you to take a moment to count your breath and just find a longer exhalation if you can. So if you enjoyed the class, please do subscribe to the channel, not just my channel, but any channel that you watch on a regular basis. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. Wishing you a lovely day.